Okay. Meanwhile, so today's Monday, and I got out on Thursday, and so I was in the hospital 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, I went into the hospital, and I guess that was why the thoughts came into my head this morning, because I was rehashing the events, retelling the events of 2 weeks ago. And okay. I'm going to tell you what I remember. Okay, I told you that the person, who called the ambulance was my CBFS worker, who her regularly scheduled visit, and it was all kind of a blur, and because I was in very bad medical shape, and I had already arrived at the emergency room. I was lying on, being wheeled somewhere, and I guess off the ambulance and into the emergency area, and I got a phone call on my cell phone. Of course, it's in my back pocket. It happened to be in my back pocket at the time. Picked up the call, and no one knew it was there except CBFS, and they said that this worker person who came to my house, like, some vague thing about, what do you want us to do with puzzle? And it was like, oh my god, like, this is just, like, don't you know, it was, like, really weird, they were telling me that this CBFS worker was gonna take puzzle, and my last thought was, panic, because, I said, wait a minute, this is, like, Puzzle's gonna go live with her, and this is where Puzzle's gonna live with her, and this is Puzzle's next home with her, and I was panicked, and I said, no, Julie, every thought was coming after me, was coming at me like a wave, like the imprint of sand on sand that is on the ocean, because it is washed over by a wave. So when the thought would come to me, and then it would be washed over, and then the next thought would come, and that next thought would be washed over by the ocean wave. Do you understand me? Okay. And so the next thought was, okay, Julie, you misheard this person, this CBFS worker, who doesn't even like dogs. It doesn't appear that she likes dogs. She shows a, distasteful expression, never has pet Puzzle once. Puzzle isn't going to go live with her, and, everything's going to be okay. Puzzle's going to be okay. Puzzle's going to be okay, And, so, I remember, at some point, very, very shortly, you see I have this band. Well, there was another band around my wrist. It was the hospital, the ID band, the bracelet that they put on you it's got one of those barcode things on it, and every time they give you medication, they swipe the barcode with a reader, a barcode reader, and that's why the barcode. So there was the hospital bracelet was on my wrist. hospitalized. And they put that on you when you show up in the emergency room, and, you know, it's on you. The next thing I remember, and these, there were a few other things, but the next thing you need to know about is, the, newer events, but, you know, the next thing for this is, the nurse said to me, and this is what just came to me this morning, Julie, you have a visitor. And at the same time as she said that, and she said, I'll let him in. And I'm pretty sure she always remembered, you know, she said, him. I said, what male visitor would I get? Because, who knows I'm here? No one. I hadn't, I had just been wheeled in. How can I get a visitor? But I had no, ability to really think those things. But it did, cross my mind that no one knew I was there. So, but I kind of accepted. Okay, I got a visitor. Stranger things, So I said, okay. And she, at the same time, she picked up my wrist, which was kind of limp. I remember being limp, and she swiped the barcode. Now, no visitor came in. I know that there was no visitor. No visitor came, and if there was one, he was turned away. And I inquired later about the visitor, and I was just given the usual, geez, they must be talking crazy look. It was, of course, not pursued. And I don't recall being given medication at that time. As a matter of fact, I don't think I was, I don't think I was really awake then. And I've asked myself, who was this visitor? Who was the visitor? I didn't get a Kleenex. And why would she swipe my bracelet when for visitor, and then nothing. That was it. Okay. I've told you, in my blog entry, I put it up there, I think, a couple of days ago, describing kind of a poetic fashion, some, sensation of organs coming out of my body, and, the flowing, and flowing river, and, that stuff. But I didn't tell you about the visitor, which was because I hadn't remembered. But I remembered, but I didn't. I put it in the back of my mind for a while. Now I'm remembering again. And like I said, I don't know which days until I asked about the visitor. Nothing. So I know now. Knowing what happened. Knowing what happened. What was, I think, I wasn't, it was, You know, I think, you know, that, I think, first of all, you know, a person, it doesn't matter what you believe and what I believe and what you believe, it doesn't matter. It matters. Did it really happen? Does that matter? It was my experience. The fact that it was my experience matters more than if you believe it was real or not, or if you believe in my explanation of it. I just told you what my experience was. It was Joe. My Joe. I know it was. I've seen him in dreams. Not a lot, but, again, these are tears of feeling great, feeling moved. I'm not, you know, heartbroken or upset. I feel moved by my experience, okay? It was Joe. It was Joe. And, like I said, he never came. He never came. And, he came for me. He came to bring me with him. I don't know. I don't. He went away. He never came. And I'm still here. Do you understand what I'm saying? He's come to me in dreams before. Do I believe in heaven or hell? No, I don't. I believe in my own experience, yes, very much. This is my experience, okay? No one can take that away from me. No one can take that away from me. I feel blessed. You know, it's been 10 years. I feel blessed that that wonderful man was in my life. You know, I really do. So, you know,